Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. This is Raj here. This is the first Saturday since my return from vacation to India. Today I want to take a look at our genomics watch list. We haven't seen them in entirety for a while, and I'll take stock of where we are and where we are likely to go next. I used to do the morning show on a daily basis, but I've been rethinking the programming, and I was thinking that let's do a technical review of the entire technical analysis of the entire watch list every weekend. That way, we will stay on top of it while I still continue to have focus on a wide range of disease therapies and companies. So with that said, this is the first edition of such an analysis. And before we go further, here is my request to you. While you're watching this video, please consider pressing the like and subscribe button, as it helps the channel grow and bring better and more contents. And I would like to thank all our subscribers for being loyal and helping push this channel beyond 1,000. Really grateful to each and every one of you, and it motivates me to improve the programming and bring more content. Tonight I'll be having an interview with the CEO of an Indian company called Clever Gene, and if everything goes well, I'll have that ready to present to you next weekend. So look forward to that. And that said, let's get started. Welcome back. Friends, my greatest regret is that I sold Bluebird when I did for a good profit. I mean that because right now, if I had not sold it, I would be sitting on huge profits. Just take a look at this chart. If you look at this chart, you would see that Bluebird had formed a beautiful cup and handle pattern. And according to my estimates, I think Bluebird has a target price of around 8.72. Or somewhere in the region of 8.8, just to put a fine point on it, make it a round figure. I think $8.8 is where I think is the target for this cup and handle pattern. We are already at 8.49. So Bluebird is doing pretty well. And we had you can see here that on November 30th, the cash-strapped Bluebird sold its FDA priority review voucher to Argenx, ARGENX, for $102 million. This will extend their cash runway, and as a result of that, today we see a spike in Bluebird prices. So the news came around November 30th, and I'm going to just trace November 30th out here for you. So this is the candle for November 30th, and since then the price has spiked a lot. Of course, it is going to moderate going forward, but I think before it moderates, it will definitely touch 8.8 or 8.75, something in that region. So this is again another positive news, but I still look forward to hear more from Bluebird. I believe there was a short interest of around 25% of the total float of Bluebird shares, and there could also have been a short squeeze as of Friday. So that could also be another factor accounting for this huge jump out here. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if we start moderating from this point. We did not essentially touch the top point of the cup and handle target, but I think we have achieved subsequently sufficiently enough to just justify this target price. 8.49, 8.6 is good enough. I think I would start selling some calls out here and waiting for the price to go down. At least that's my opinion, not a financial advice. I'm still looking forward to more information from Bluebird. Last we knew, they were qualifying 27 potential patients to receive the therapy, and that they have a deal with real endpoints, as well as that they offered 80% refund if the benefits of the therapy wane before 2 years from the date of treatment. Anyways, Bluebird brings optimism to the sector. Next, I'd like to talk about Verve. I've already made a video on Verve as a swing trading opportunity with potential 35% gains. You could check it out if you have not already, but today I'm mentioning it again because, as you see in this chart, it has validated the bull channel, which is this green line out here once again. And so my theory lives for another day. So I believe that this is going to form as a bull channel, and this will also help us to fill in the gap out here. And that is the premise for the 35% gain theory. The theory still survives this weekend. We'll see what happens next week. So that's about what I have to say about Verve. Next, let us look at Caribou Biosciences. The good news here is that just a few days ago, its CB010 received the RMAT and the coveted fast track designation from FDA. CB010 is aimed at curing the relapsed or refractory large B-cell lymphoma or refractory B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which are two types of cancers. And on the same day, the share price jumped 11% after they made that announcement, and it continues to jump further. And as of now, when I did the recording, which is late Friday, it's already high around 15% gain overall since the news was announced. So I'm looking forward to something positive out here. We have a support which is going to be at 9.37. Our MACD is bullish. Momentum is also pretty decent. And while we are on a sugar high with this positive, let us look at Intelia, which has played a spoiler by bringing out a $300 million IPO, pricing each share at 45.80. I've already published a video with my reaction on this news, so I will not labor this point. Please check out the video for details. I think Intelia will now have a ceiling of 45.80 because this will be the price point at which new shares will keep getting released into the market. A painful prospect indeed for those that have an average cost above this level. So they have to wait a long time to exit from the share or make any profits. So with that said, let me look at Editas, which is the next share that I have here. And Editas announced mid-November that clinical data from their EDIT 101 phase 1 or Brilliance trial showed a favorable safety profile. And if I was to look at this chart, this is where mid-November is, somewhere around 16th of November out here. We have seen a steep fall here, and I'm wondering what is the reason for the fall. It seems that along with that, they also announced that they are going to put a pause on the EDIT 101 phase 1 or Brilliance trial, which showed a safety profile all around, because they want to wait until they get a collaboration partner to continue to develop EDIT 101. Meanwhile, there's a competitor for Editas in the same space for LCA10, and the name of that company is Procure, PROQR, which had a candidate in Sepofarsen, SEPOFARSEN. It's a drug targeting the same CEP290 mutation as Editas was doing, and they also had discouraging data. So their share price also fell. Its phase 1, Procure's phase 1 trial did not give positive data, and the entire stock market was surprised with that, and they had a big drop in their share price. Yeah, Editas has also dropped, and they seem to have support somewhere around 9.65, which is this green line that we see here. The MACD is slightly improving, but it is bearish, and our momentum is also below average. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I hope that this support at 9.65 continues to hold for Editas. Next, I would like to look at CRISPR Therapeutics because as you guys know that I'm a big fan of CRISPR. I look forward to Exascel progressing smartly towards monetization. With that happening, CRISPR will go to the next level of valuation, in my opinion. Meanwhile, right now, I can see CRISPR forming a bull channel out here. This green line, if you can see on your screen, seems to be the new bull channel. One more week of data can give us more certainty, because I think that it's going to bounce off this level. And we do have a lot of resistance out here. I'm just going to mark them red so that you can see them clearly. I'm going to make this a bit thicker so that you can see it on the smaller devices that you may have. If you're looking at this video from your cell phone or something like that, the thicker line will show up. So these are all the resistances that we have. So it's very critical that we break through this. And from a technical perspective, I'm thinking that we are going to break upwards, because we are on an upward trajectory out here in which this pennant is forming. So overall, I think we should break upward. The MACD and the momentum are not giving me any clues. There is also some news out there that the Chief Operating Officer, Lawrence Klein, is stepping down. We also saw widening Q3 net loss as the wide pipeline takes its toll on CRISPR finances. However, the strength of collaborations and breadth and depth of the pipeline is excellent, and their cash balance is also pretty strong overall. So I think CRISPR should do Okay. Next, I'm going to look at Beam Therapeutics. They reported yesterday that they received FDA clearance for Beam 201 IND application. If you had seen my video yesterday, you already know how I feel about Beam Therapeutics. If you have not seen the video, please check it out. But the news on Friday, that is today, was very good. Beam 201 targets relapsed refractory T-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia or T-cell lymphoblastic leukemia. The lymphoma space is crowded. Still, this is a good progress in my opinion. After disappointing in the earnings department, if you can see the earnings that they came 21% below expectations on the earnings side. The shares dropped sharply since then, and they have since then recovered a little bit, and they're consolidating. I think they're going to find support at around 43.13 at the worst case, and they have a minor support at 44.09. And I think there is a chance that they may form a bull channel going forward. We need a few more weeks of data. The MACD seems bullish, and the momentum is also pretty good. So I'm expecting that we may form a mild bull channel. I'll tell you what I mean by just temporarily drawing a small line of support out here. So this is what I'm looking at as a potential bull channel. I'm not going to keep this here. We'll have to see a few more days of data, or at least a week of data, before we can draw any conclusions, because we could as well bounce back again from here and keep on consolidating at this level. So let us see what happens out here. And then I turn my attention to DNA, that is Ginkgo Bioworks. As you can see, it has dropped sharply. And Ginkgo Bioworks pulled a surprise, not a pleasant one. That's the reason why it fell. They announced a $100 million stock offer that pushed the stock price down. Fortunately, I had sold DNA a few days before to take good profit. I'm now waiting to re-enter when it touches 1.82 to the 1.85 range, which is somewhere around here. So let me draw a line of support out here to give you an idea of what I'm looking at. So let me mark this green. So this is what I'm looking for. This seems to be the support. So the moment it touches 1.84, I'm willing to bite. So anywhere around 1.82 to 1.85, I'd buy with the hope that it's going to go back up again, if not marginally. Fundamentally, it's a good company in my opinion, because they have got a wide range. Basically, Ginkgo Bioworks has got a good thing going. They will need a bit of time to consolidate and absorb everything, and they'll be back up again, especially their geosecurity offerings are likely to give them a lot of revenue, in my opinion. And yeah, so that's what I have in store with regard to Ginkgo. Next, I would like to look at Illumina. Illumina had a cup and handle pattern that we had traced, and we had pegged a price target for it at 271.29. However, that was not to happen because the cup and handle pattern faltered, and we fell down. And the reason that happened is because on somewhere around November 14th, let me trace that on this chart out here. So November 14th is out here. Yeah, November 14th is this candle. So somewhere around November 14th, Illumina announced that they would reduce headcount by 5%. This would typically mean a jump in the share prices in most cases, because whenever any company announces that it's going to cut its workforce, there is always a positive response from the stock market, because that means that operation costs are going to go down and profitability is going to increase. However, that did not happen in this case, because Illumina also made two more announcements at the same time. First is that it would be proactively realigning its core operations expenses to reflect the current economic condition, and the second, that it is expecting to take a restructuring charge in Q4. In my opinion, the last 2 points raised concerns in the market, and we saw the Illumina share price fall steadily, and the cup and handle formation could not be executed to the completion, and we could never we could not reach the target of 270.25. So fundamentals always top technicals in most of the cases, and we are now seeing a bit of consolidation happening out here, and we have support in this green box. The upper side of the green box is 207.64. So 207.64 onwards, there is a support. So we'll be within this green box and bouncing back. The worst case scenario is we could drop as low as 195.90, which is the bottom of the box out here. So that's what I have for Illumina. When it comes to PACB, I'm really happy to see that we have met and exceeded our target, cup and handle target of 11.23. We are doing well, and now we are just trying to consolidate sideways, and we have a support at 10.36. No news is good news in case of PACB, despite the fact that they've had disappointing Q3 results. They came in marginally below by 2.51% when it comes to EPS, and 8.73% below when it comes to revenue. But at the same time, we should remember PACB has introduced new models and has started booking for the new models. So when it comes to hardware and software companies which are vending new models, there is always a bit of a hiccup out there where clients make a decision between whether buying the old model or wait and take the new model. So those things do happen. So I'm pretty confident that PACB is going to pick up going forward. With that, let us have a quick look at SQZ Biotech, which suffered a huge drop. And the drop happened on 1st of December after the 30th December close. And that coincides with the announcement that Armand Cheroy, who is the CEO of the company, is going to step down from his role. They also announced their aim to reduce workforce by 60%. And we also have news that the CFO is also stepping down as well. At this time, I would wait and watch and not initiate any stake in this stock because the combination of the news is very scary. So I'm going to hold on. And you can see that the drop has been significant, though everything looks attractive right now because there's going to be a rebound for the momentum after having fallen so much. But still, we can see that the MACD has not yet reached the bottom that it can. So I think we'll have to wait and watch what happens with SQZ Biotech. Of course, the company will survive, but there'll be a little bit of thrashing around before things get back to normal. We need to find out what is the situation with SQZ Biotech. Potentially, the Q4 earnings call could give us a window into what's happening out there. Well, friends, that's all I have for you with regard to our genomic stock technical analysis, and those are my opinions at this point of time. Apart from this, I would like to mention that I have recorded this video Friday evening after the market close, and I'm going to work on recording another video for a whole lot of subscribers who have been consistently reaching out to me asking when will we get a HIV cure, how much is it going to cost, and when is it coming to my home country. The fact is that we have discussed this in all our HIV videos, but many people are not looking at the videos and just asking the same question again and again. And I'm going to do a comprehensive video on that. It will come out at 4 o'clock on Saturday. It's going to contain a very quick review of the Tel Aviv therapy, the Excision biotherapy, and the American Gene Technologies therapy. I'm also going to very quickly cover the constraints that the companies face when they try to come up with a cure for HIV. I'm going to talk about the distinction of what is a functional cure. And I'm also going to talk about a brand new discovery that has happened recently. In brief, of course, there'll be a separate video for that later on. But in brief, I'm going to talk about a brand new discovery that's going to improve the prospects of having a total cure for HIV. So watch out for that around 4 p.m. on Saturday. With that, I would like to say bye. If you like this video, please press a like out there. And if you are not yet subscribed, why not? Subscribe and help us grow this channel. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.